Yo, 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 what's good? Thank you for coming to the House of B.A.R.F. I'm Chanman, and before we get started, I would just like to emphasize that the content that we share on House of B.A.R.F. is for informational and entertainment purposes only. We are not financial advisors, and the information provided should not be considered as professional financial advice. Investing and financial decisions involve risk. It is crucial to do your own research or consult with a qualified professional before making any financial choices. The opinions expressed on House of B.A.R.F. are of our own and do not reflect the views of any organizations that we may be affiliated with. Please remember that past performance is not indicative of future results, and the financial landscape can change rapidly. Always conduct thorough due diligence and seek financial advice from a financial advisor tailored to your personal needs and circumstances. By listening to this podcast, you agree that the host and in the future, if we have any guests, are not responsible for any financial decisions you make as a result of the information presented on House of B.A.R.F. Now let's dive into today's episode. Yo, 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 what's good? It's Chairman House of B.A.R.F. How's everybody feeling? Hope fantastic. Hope great. Just wanted to touch base real quick. House of B.A.R.F. on a little bit of a sense, I guess, also kind of Chanman's journal time. There's kind of a few aspects. It's Chanman's journal time. We're going to get to House of B.A.R.F., the research and education. We'll break it down in just simple layman's terms. Don't make it too difficult. And not to mention, I mean, it's not like I can talk the big talk anyways, you know what I'm saying? And then also, I guess, Chanman's journal time. So, real quick, I just wanted to touch base. This afternoon, the first copy of Langston-Mangston's Kool-lemade Stand Adventure was shipped to my house. I couldn't have been more proud of the whole project that was put together, executed, and now took a dream and put it into reality. I do have to say that copy has already been sold. As soon as the book came in, I was with a best friend of mine's, and my best friend was very supportive and said, you know, can I get this copy? And I said, hey, who knows? This may actually be a piece of memorabilia, because this is the very first copy. I signed it for him, and they purchased it for me. It was a hardback copy. Me and the team, we've came together, basically came up with the pricing. I'm not sure, it's not finalized yet, but we think we're going to do hardbacks, probably like $20, $25. Softbacks or paperbacks, whatever they're called, are going to be probably somewhere around like $16 to $20, $15 to $20, and ebooks. We're not the final prices haven't been finalized yet. This was just the first copy. And then ebooks. There's also going to be ebooks somewhere between $6 to $10. I'm sitting here watching the Cowboys-Lions Lions-Cowboy game, and I'm so excited for the Cowboys today. The head coach, Jimmy Johnson, was inducted into the Cowboys Ring of Honor, which was just, I'm really proud of that guy, man. It was exciting, and the individuals on the Cowboys Ring of Honor was just like, damn. It was a lineup, just soldiers. Well, not really soldiers, football players, but I have a sweet spot for my veterans, so I don't want to get that confused, But it's still they put in so much effort, so much beating up on the body, and Jimmy Johnson may not put the beat up on his body, but like he said, man, the sacrifices that were made, he thanked his family, because when you make sacrifices, I mean, the people, your family, they know the sacrifices you made to get to where you're going. It's really hard when you make sacrifices. I'm not saying I've made them. most sacrifices, but I've made some serious sacrifices as well as any other individual. It's really hard because you have to truck through this, like, like right now I'm working on the stock market and this podcast and I'm working on the Kool-lemade stand. This wonderful conversation that we're having, and trust me, I'm gonna get the polls and everything up. So there's more interaction between us, and it's not just me babbling on about a bunch of stuff. But you got to truck through all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And, some people are thinking negative about you, and some people are thinking positive about you, and people want to add their comments of this, and some people fall off when you're, working on it, and some people don't believe in you. And it's, I think about it like, again, like, when you start working out, right? You want to start dieting, right? You start off by yourself. You say, today's the day I'm going to quit whatever it is, smoking, drinking, I'm going to get back in the gym, back in the church, whatever it is. You start off, you made a decision by yourself. They say no, people start seeing you do well. You know what I'm saying? They're over there like, they won't last, they won't make it. And you got to truck through all that. It's tough and steep slope. I think of an S, they call it the S curve in business. Whenever you do this stuff, and you got to truck through all that. Then you start trucking, and then people want to hop on. All right, here we go. A bunch of people want to hop on. Oh, I see that. I see you've been working out, and when you start working out or getting back in the church, that first 10% is real easy. It's like real easy. You're trucking, and then people want to hang on. You know what I'm saying? And they want to add their comments, and they want to be part of the team. Then they see how focused you are. You're focused, and then you start seeing everybody fall off. You know what I'm saying? Making little slide comments and whatever comments they want to make, like, oh man, they're really dedicated, or oh man, do they even do anything else with their time, or oh man, I don't think it's healthy to be that focused, or whatever, whatever it is, whether you're playing a professional sport, I'm pretty sure these coaches and everybody, they have to dedicate so much, and then people fall off, and you got to keep trucking. Not missing nights hanging out, late nights staying up, whatever it is, putting in the extra couple hours, while everybody else that was with you when you started, they fell off. And I can't say the Cowboys and Lions have gotten in probably 2 scuffles tonight so far. It's only the third quarter. That's a good part into the game, but got to keep trucking, and as a sacrificer, you have to know that there's essentially an end goal or end game, and you just have to say, okay, for example, professional sports is winning the championship, getting closer to God. It's, I don't know what the end game with that is. I guess, of course, heaven, but I guess just to have a wonderful relationship with yourself and God, whatever it is that you're seeking. Working out is to lose those 50 pounds. Business is starting that business and actually having a successful business, whatever, the goal is. Just maybe even getting it off the ground, maybe just even getting it registered. School, to graduate, and you just have to know that end game is right there. And then guess what? When you get right to the end, right at the end, and trust me, it's all part of the game. It's all part of the game, and you have to keep trucking. Right when you're at the end, at the graduation. And the funny thing is, let's say you're at a graduation, and you get a bunch of people to come. Half the people who are there at the graduation are not there to support you. Think about even like this professional football game. Half of the audience is in there screaming for you, and half of the audience is in there screaming against you. Even Jimmy said it. I want to thank all the people who love the Cowboys, and I want to thank all the people who despise the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? Half the people who are in there watching you graduate, family, friends, whoever, you know what I'm saying? The ones that when you first started said they were going to like be there to support you and everything, and then when they saw shit got real, you were staying up till 3 o'clock in the morning to study, and then you had to wake back up at 6 a.m. to get to work or on the train, whatever it was. Those people are going to come back. They're going to come back just to see if it was real. See if it was real. Is this person really going to graduate from the university of such and such? And then they're in the audience, and even those people who showed up are there just to see if it was real, just to see, oh, and then they're gonna have their little comments. Oh, I just came to see if it was real, and you're like, okay, all right, cool, that's pretty funny, you know what I'm saying? And it's just gonna be various things that you have to get through. Those little zingers, those little sting comments. People like me, I remember that shit. It settles on me. You know what I'm saying? Um, or when you start, you may go out. Hey, it's good to see you. It's good to see you out of the house. Or good to see you out of your cave. You're like, what? Like, dude, like, when you have a dream or an effort, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I got to get focused. And even after that, you know what I'm saying? There's going to be a next goal, a next game you got to get to, just like graduating from school. Once you graduate, what's the first question? Even on graduation day, people ask you. When a baby, saying, stops doing the little stomach crawl thing or army crawl thing, and they start crawling. What's the next? On the day the baby went from army crawling to crawling on all fours, what's the first thing people on the first day? All right, when the baby gonna start walking, or when you graduate? All right, what you gonna do at the graduation dinner? Can we get past the graduation dinner? You know what I'm saying? And people are already asking, all right, what you gonna do after graduation? Smoke, drink, fuck. It's like, no, I'm kidding. Like, yo, I'm trying to, like, can I soak, bathe in my glory real quick? You know what I'm saying? So you just got to get past all that. And I'm at the point where it's like, oh, wow, I'm on like the first couple steps. And those first couple steps of the S, again, the first part moves kind of quick. It's like, whoo, I think I'm in with the stock market or the U.S. equities and Forex a little bit. Got to start working out. But like, even if you're working out, that first little part, woo, and then you get to that bottom part of that S right there. I think I might be like right there. I mean, that bottom part of the S, it's like you got that water weight off, or you got your new Bible, and you got your highlighter, or you got your books for your school class, or you got the materials to start your business or whatever, and you sacrificed, whatever it is. I think I'm right there on that first part of the S. I went down it, kind of got dedicated, kind of got focused, and now I'm at that part, probably at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? And just that part alone is hard. It feels like you already been through a war already. You already had the people who joined you on your journey. You already had the people fall off of your journey. You've already had haters start developing. You've already had haters that want to hang out with you just to do some Sun Tzu stuff, where it's like keep your friends close, but keep those enemies closer. So you got those people hanging on. And you got your down ass friends who are starting to watch too. Like, yo, what are you up to? And you know what I'm saying? Just, and then that bottom part so far, it's only been 4 to 7 months. It's been more than that. But that part, it's only been 4 to 7 months. It's felt like it's already been 15 years. It's like, no, I'm kidding. But it feels like it's been years. Because you've already went through so much. Waking up 6 a.m. in the morning. Waking up. London session for Forex starts at 3 a.m. in the morning. Waking up 3 a.m. in the morning. Shoot. Not going to sleep. Not getting no sleep. Staying up midnight. Already studying. Just so that 3 a.m. when London session starts, you're prepared for your analysis, to execute your analysis. So it's a whole lot. And like this Langston-Mangston's Kool-lemade stand, I mean, everything that been through, and have to say the little ones been so supportive, man. Even with all the trash that you got to go through, you got to keep pushing through. And this Kool-lemade stand thing, I'm really not even supposed to be touching on it yet. I've kind of been informed to kind of just slow down real quick because that was just one copy. Now we gotta, I don't know all the process. I told you it's a team of individuals who we've gotten together to get this project done. This is not me alone. I'm just seriously just the author. That was my role, author. So, um, we have to get a bunch of copies printed. So those copies are about to be on the way. So they got to get printed, and I'm not sure if something like the company who puts the book, the publisher company puts the book together. Has to reach out to the printing company, and the printing company may not be in the same state as the publishing company, so they got to get all that done. Then they got to get the printed copies out to me, me and my family, and we got to take it from there. But this has been a project in the making, so I'm really not supposed to be touching on this, but essentially this is, I guess if you want to call it, kind of a Chanman exclusive. Just real quick, this book was in the making, and also this trading that I'm doing, this shit was in the making for 4 or 5, 6 years. This is something that's been going on for years. I was thinking about this book when I was working at the company, my former employer. I was thinking about the book, so jotting down ideas of kind of where I want the book to look like and what I want it to be. And the thing is, because the book had some sense of financial literacy, and not saying I even talked to code of conduct. So since I worked for a financial industry, pretty much anything that's related to finances has to go through the company. If you want to start a podcast, if you want to put comments on your Facebook page. Now, you might be able to put some comments on your Facebook page that don't offend the organization. And you even go through training like that. So for example, you'll take a training on which comment made by Cindy is allowed and which comment is not allowed. And the closer that the comment is towards guidance or advice, would not be appreciated. In any kind of the Cowboys kind of got into a tush push situation, and it looked nothing like when the Philadelphia Eagles do it. But it was a good effort. But and then there's another comment that may sound more general or whatever, and they say this is an accepted comment on your post, on your LinkedIn, or on your Facebook or X, formerly Twitter post that's allowed. So any comments you have, any whatever you want to start, you have to pretty much go through the organization. So when I was jotting down ideas for this book 4, 5, 6 years ago, and shout out again to the team, and also I have a older sibling who also illustrated a book as well, and this is why it's kind of a Chanman exclusive. I don't know what to say about that. I'm so proud of my older sibling who illustrated a book. So proud of them. My family's always been my inspiration. Always been my inspiration. On multiple different occasions, I have a younger sibling who I believe got their master's before me. And then I went to get my master's, and I had an older sibling who wrote a book before me. And I'm now an author of a book. Oh no, somebody's down. Is that, what's his name, Tyler Smith? No, I think Tyler Smith is down, and he's been having a fantastic year. Is this his rookie sophomore year? Oh, I hope it's not his Achilles. Uh, uh,
52 remaining third quarter.
uh,
Here's that try for Cooks. Wasn't their third and
okay. So yeah, my family's always my motivation in multiple different ways. I'm so proud of them. I want to be just like them. And on the other end, I do everything for them, whether they know it or not. So always my motivation. So yeah. But on the other end, was sitting in the office for multiple years, four. I was with the company approximately about 4 years. For 4 years, would just jot down ideas on what I want this book to be about, what I want it to look like and everything. So it's not just this past year when it went to the team and they did everything together. So when I got terminated, I said, okay, well, I'm terminated now. So I don't have to talk to no code of conduct office or anything, or conflict of interest office or anything. just to make sure that, hey, I want to come out with this book. Now, when you work for a financial company, if you want to like sell, I don't know, bar soap or something, that's not a code of conduct issue. That's not a conflict of interest issue. That's soaps, bar soap. You know what I'm saying? If you want to sell clothes on, I don't know what is it, Posh or Oversold or something like that, or eBay, whatever it is. I don't believe that becomes an issue. I think the issue that becomes an issue with that is if you don't report your earnings. But as far as the conflict of interest is not an issue at all. Now, there's other people who get in situations such as they're a precious metals seller or they're a real estate agent. It's kind of your intentions, your integrity, that we got to discuss. If you're selling homes to home buyers, one thing. If you're selling homes as an investment vehicle, we may have to kind of reevaluate that. And then they may even tell you to say, hey, you may want to just take your real estate business and just go on your own. Or, we have to figure this out. If you're selling precious metals, are you just passionate about precious metals? Or are you selling precious metals as a investment vehicle? This is a great hedge for the stock market. Then that's when you may have an issue. But I wanted to do essentially trading on my own. There was rules about like 30-day trading rule, prohibited trading list, various things like that, as well as you really can't. I don't know. With that, it really becomes an issue. And then as far as writing a book or having this conversation that I'm having with my wonderful listeners, definitely not. This podcast would be like a hell no. We have our podcast team. It's going fantastic. If you want to be a part of the podcast team, you can try to apply to be part of the podcast team. If you want to write a financial literacy book, then you may want to go ahead and go on your own and sell your book. I believe I was looking at something on YouTube about this guy named Destroying, who had an issue in college with the NCAA because they heard he had like a YouTube channel, and they essentially told him like, hey, this is kind of a conflict of interest with the NCAA. You either need to do your YouTube channel or you need to go ahead and decide to just be part of the organization. And he went forward and chose his YouTube channel. And I'm pretty sure he's proud of himself because he's possibly making more money as a YouTuber than he would have probably made. I could be wrong, unless he would have been Adam Vinatieri or Justin Tucker or oh my gosh, I can't remember the Cowboys kicker right now. The kicker we got right now, when he comes up, oh my gosh, I forgot his name. Our kicker right now, I don't even want to really talk about it because this guy, I'm being serious. I'm not even sure if he's missed yet. I don't know. I had to look, but his stats are amazing. His name's going to come to me in a second. And actually, the Cowboys are about to be in front of the end zone. We're not too far from. We're in field goal territory. So when he comes out, can't believe I can't remember his name right now. But the kicker's doing amazing. But probably the YouTubers probably making more money as a YouTuber than they possibly would have made even as a NFL kicker. But yeah, so the book was jotting down notes. I would have these yellow sheets of paper, long yellow sheets of paper, and I would just jot my notes on those sheets of paper. Those papers are all probably wrinkled up and jumbled up somewhere, but I was jotting my notes on it. As soon as I got terminated, I would be sitting actually downstairs. Oh, here he is. What's that? Brandon Aubrey. I got a buddy named Aubrey. Yeah. You hear it? Yeah, 34. That is insane. I love it. I love the dedication. I love the passion to be that focused. That's what I'm talking about. I know sacrifice been made. He probably sits at home with his fingers in the shape of a field goal and has a paper football and it's just flicking it through that. Hey, son, hold your hands like this. You know what I'm saying? He probably just sits at the dinner table, just flicking that little paper football. Probably the amount of dedication and focus, you know what I'm saying, that you got to be in. Let me see. Oh, he's about to do the kickoff. Right now it's 10:10. They're about to go into the fourth. But yeah. So sitting in the basement, and I would pull out the pages of the book, and I would jot them down, and then I would read them to my children to see how they feel. My children always were so supportive. Like, Dad, we're so proud of you. We're so happy for you. And to tell you the truth, I actually enjoy the book. And my son probably read it. The first time I read it to him, he probably read it 3 times back to back to back, downstairs in the basement. And what made me know that it was like good quality, essentially, I guess, or enjoyable for a child, because that's what the book is. A children's book. Is aimed towards children. This man played in the USFL. Then he got signed by the Cowboys in July. I'm sorry, I was looking at Aubrey. He got signed in July 2023. Oh, nice. I could hear the children laughing on their own. It was like when I read it to them, I'm pretty sure they thought it was funny because their dad is reading to them this story. Just like, oh, man, my dad's crazy. And when I read the stories, I kind of try to add different voices and personalities to the characters. Any book I'm reading, I could be reading Goodnight Moon, and I probably try to put on a different voice, maybe a softer tone or whatever book we're reading. I'm always kind of goofy with it. Try to give it life. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I tell my children, read the book with life. Even if you got to read a textbook, try to read it with life, because you're going to be sitting there and you're going to be drained and boring, and you're not even going to comprehend the context of the story. There's a difference to read a story and just read it and to, understand it, because that's what we work on with my little ones. I'll be like, hey, after we read a book, I'll be like, so what did you get from it? Just so that they are not just reading it, just so that they also are like, oh, so this is what I got from it. Blah, blah, Alice in Wonderland was doing this and blah, blah, blah. And this is what she was going through. And I was like, okay, cool. That lets me know that they weren't just sitting there reading just to BS me or, whatever, say, hey, Dad, I read, but they actually were reading and they enjoyed it. Or even if they didn't enjoy it, they comprehended. And this is going to help get them not only on reading level, but also above reading level, so that's just what's kind of important to me. But when they were reading the story by themselves, I could hear chuckles. I could hear laugh. I said, oh, they kind of got the joke. You know what I'm saying? They kind of got the energy of what I'm trying to do with this book. It's supposed to be fun for kids. And then, it's kind of like, hey, did you get anything from it? And every time they read it, they get something different, which is totally fine for me. Totally, absolutely fine for me. They may just be like, after the first time they read it, they may say something like, I was thirsty. I was thirsty after I read it for the first time. Besides that, I'm supposed to be having a bev with my people. I'm still drinking on some Welch's Concord Grape. So let me go get me a bev to come kick it with y'all. That might be what they get the first time. And then the second time they may say, oh, I enjoy this character. And each time it was something different. So that's why I was like, okay. Children get different things from reading it every single time. And then maybe later on, they'll understand that, oh, Dad is trying to get children to think about financial literacy, And I know financial literacy is so broad, but it's just one step at a time. This is for ages 5 to, let's say, 11 or something. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm gonna let the marketing team handle all that. I don't want to, make comments because too much. I'm not even really supposed to be there. Like, hey, just give it a little bit more time before you start, touching me. So this is really kind of an exclusive. But I was sitting in the basement, and I'll even say it, real quick. My pop came over one day. He came over, and I think he was just stopping by to drop off some groceries and stuff. My parents, they always do little things like that. Give me one second. I'm take a sip of the Bev Welch's. And I believe this time I was in the basement reading the story to the children. And he happened to come over, and I was like, hey, Dad, I was just working on the story. And I was reading to the children. I think I was like, you want to hear it a little bit? And he's like, yeah, sure. At that moment, he's like, kind of like, what you been doing with this? I was like, it's just been in my book bag. You know what I'm saying? I got this little book bag. It has I don't want to say it wrong, but Ganesha. Ganesha is a Hindu god that essentially, I would say, helps get hurdles out of your way. Right? Isn't that crazy? I'm not crazy, but I have this book bag with Ganesha on it. Everybody just thinks it's a pot smoking bag. It's not. I would even wear it to work, and I didn't even care. I know everybody thinks it's some hippie pot smoking bag. No, that's not what it is. I used to have a phone case with Ganesha on it. I don't have it anymore because I got a different phone, and I got to get a new phone case. I don't even have a phone case on my phone now. Jared Goff just threw a bomb, a laser. Wow, that was amazing. Wow, Jared Goff is actually pretty good, man. Like I don't know what people were talking about when he was with the Rams. Dude is good. But Pop was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I just been jotting down ideas. I've really been kind of thinking about this over a few years. I really didn't want to do too much with it because I didn't want to get in trouble with the office. Because my main concern was, see, the thing is, a lot of people don't understand is like, I'm not no trash or nothing, but I've hung out with the crews. I've been around some of the people. Growing up in the DMV, growing up in the DMV, you kind of learn a lot on both ends of the spectrum. On the kind of most powerful people, kind of the most powerful people in the world, and then on the other end, you kind of also, somebody just went down. You also was number 2 for the Cowboys. You also see kind of poverty and whatnot. So our lower income families or whatnot. So I forgot what I was about to say. What people don't really understand is what I tell people in the trap, I always gotta touch base with my trap stars because I love everybody, but I have a sweet spot for even my trap stars because I understand a lot of times I'm not talking about your big billionaires, you know what I'm saying, all whatever it is, like major companies or they're whatever, but for a lot of trap stars who feel like they don't have an opportunity to do anything else, number 2 just got up off of the floor, Jordan Lewis. No, me and him are the same height. But a lot of the time people in the trap will think that girl that they're dating or that crew that they're hanging out with or those fiends that they sit there and play Xbox with, a lot of times they think that these are really their friends. They really think that this girl is really their girl, or their guy is their guy, or this crew is their crew. And there's a saying in the trap that you're only as good as your product. So this is how you know that the fiends that you play Madden with, and just in case they want some more, you're already sitting there, or the crew that you're hanging out with, or your crew, or that woman or that guy you're with is really your partner. The day you could be doing your thing, never miss a day. The first time you miss a day, you're gonna have people calling you a part-timer. You're gonna have people disloyal, moving on to another crew, whatever they got to do to survive, because their objective is not loyalty. Damn near, it's not even respect. It's satisfying the flesh. It's satisfying whatever they need. Money, image. I believe it was Jay-Z that said, yo, there's worse drugs than fentanyl or whatever. I don't think he said it like that, but I believe it's a song called Flashing Lights. He's like, it's the worst drug in the world. And I actually would tell the trap stars, there's a worse drug than crack or prescription drugs. And no, it's not cocaine. It's money. Money that you actually become the company you keep. So you feel like you're above these fiends because you're giving them their substance, and they're giving you cash, but you become a fiend for the dollar. And you can tell you're a fiend for the dollar because you're out late with the fiends, or you're up trying to, so, but essentially you're no bigger than your product. You're no better than your product. So I kind of had that mentality. So even when I was working, I'm no better than my product. And part of me was hoping that I was wrong, because I really truly do believe in the union. I really do believe in it. I believe that, my spouse's parents are my parents, their siblings are my siblings. We're all family. I call your mom, mom. I call your dad, dad. Your sister, my sister, brother, whatever it is, your niece, my niece. I truly believe in the union. You kind of, this is what people talk about when they say you got to be with somebody who's evenly yoked. For years, I didn't know what a yoke was. And then one day, I was sitting there with my mom, actually, and she said, a yoke is what you put around like two bulls' necks or something. You know what I'm saying? And you can't have, like evenly yoked to an extent doesn't mean we have to be moving at the same pace or anything. It's not like we have to be like one, two, like marching, whatever. That too. We got to be in line. But it's like we both have to be on the same page. Because there's going to be times where I need you. I'm losing it, buddy. I'm not hanging on, buddy. And then I need you pull me forward. And then there's going to be times you're down. I heard somebody say, I can't remember who it was. They said there's no such thing as 50-50 in a marriage, ever. There's sometimes somebody's going to be 51-49. Sometimes somebody's going to be 60-40. Sometimes it's going to be 80-20. It's going to go back and forth, but we need to be evenly yoked so that we're all on the same page. So I was kind of hoping that we were always going to be on the same page. And trust me, I'll say it. And I've had people tell me, you got to forgive yourself. That God is forgiving you. You got to forgive yourself. I know I wasn't perfect. For a fact, I wasn't perfect. But the way things transpired didn't have to transpire the way they did. The way it went down was, I'd probably have to say, one of the most disgusting things, other than, I'm not sure, but I think I've seen kind of disgusting things that can happen in the streets. I had a buddy who's I believe it was his aunt and uncle, got into a shootout with each other over a deal. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen and heard some pretty disgusting things out here in the DMV. And don't forget, Baltimore's in Maryland. A lot of people kind of get that misconstrued because Baltimore always decides that they're on their own. They're kind of a territory, but they're in Maryland. So between the DMV and Baltimore's a part of Maryland, you experience kind of a lot. Okay. I've seen and heard a lot, man. And I still say this was probably one of the most disgusting experiences that I've had to endure. But in the back of my head, I've always said, Chan, you're no better than the product. What was my product? It was going to work, bringing in the paycheck and everything. And to an extent, it kind of feels like God was like stripping me of everything, because God knew my heart. God knew what my intentions was, which was that when I get to the bag, getting to the bag is not satisfaction for me. Getting to the bag is so that I can take my mom shopping, so I can take my best friends shopping, or out to a lounge, or, on a vacation, to take my spouse out on, that's what's getting to the bag for me. And look who I was willing to give the bag to. Some of the most disgusting people in my life. And the only reason why you do it is because proximity and longevity. The only reason why you do the things you do is because these are the people you've known the longest, or these are the people who you grew up with. And God knew my heart. He knew what my intentions were. It was stripped me damn near of everything. I'm barely hanging on to my house, barely hanging on to my car. But other than that, pretty much stripped me of my job, stripped me of my finances. And when you get to that point, you can kind of see everyone who's in your corner and everybody who's not. And I hate to say it, people have been saying this for years, that in life, you will have a brother or a sister closer than your own brother or sister. And that's how it's kind of damn near got there. Where blood, flesh, all that, not there. Friends that you've been friends with, not there. And in my circle right now, it's a really tight kind of group of people. It's really kind of it's the circle is so tight. It's just it's a very small ring. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not proud about it. It hurts. It's not like I'm like, oh, this is just my crew and that's it and it's us. No, it hurts. Because a year ago, my circle was 50, 60 people. Not even kidding. Whether they were in-laws, whether they were friends, whether it was whatever. It was about 50, 60 people. And in a matter of a year, down to a handful. It doesn't feel good. I'm not bragging that I only hang out with a small circle of people. I wish the circle could be bigger. Wish the circle could be huge. For everybody. Whenever you have a Christmas party or a Thanksgiving party or whatever, Super Bowl party, whatever it is, what's the one question everybody asks? How many guests did you have? You know what the answer is for me right now? It's a small number. Probably enough that you could fit on two hands. And guess what? That parties are just as satisfying and just as fulfilling as when you have 40 people. It's nice. You don't have the beef. You don't have the... Still remember throwing parties. And I'd have, I don't know, Floyd Mayweather or whatever fight on. And food, drinks. Don't charge anybody, no money. All you got to do is show up. People show up, and guess what they do? Complain. Oh, wow, what's wrong with this? What's wrong with that? Now, with a smaller group of people, that shit does not happen. It doesn't happen. You pull up, and you watch the game, and maybe the buffering is not the best. No one says shit. No one says anything. Not saying that you can't say nothing if it's really on your mind, but a lot of times it seems like it was more hate, not like, hey, is there, can we restart your modem? You know what I'm saying? And you're like, oh, you know what? Let me go ahead and restart the modem and see if that works. And you restart your modem and you realize it works. No, it's other people. It's more so like, I hate this person. I hate this person. I hate that they get to have everything going on. They're married, children, house, car. And if anybody ever realized, which they don't realize is it took sacrifices. To get in the house I'm in took sacrifices, years of sacrifices, damn near 5 to 10 years of sacrifices to get into it. It's not that I just woke up one day, got a good job and bought a house. No, it was no jobs, but still putting $20 into the house account. Literally got a savings account. Now I did a little different. I actually got a bond. And like, oh, no. Yeah. It started off as a savings account, put it in a savings account. It was just adding $20, no job, whatever. Just adding the $20, adding the $50, whatever it is, getting the account up. Then I put it into a bond, and I put them in short-term bonds. And by short-term, I mean like 6-month increments. So that, just in case, because, as time's going by, I just want to make sure the money's liquid because I don't want any issues. And it actually was funny that when it did come time to get the house, when we found the house that we wanted, the bond had like a month or two left. You know what I'm saying? We're signing all the paperwork and they're like, so when we got to get this money by this date. And I'm like, listen, this bond is going to mature on this date. We're right here. I do not want to sell this bond and take this loss. Brandon Cooks just got into the end zone. This is not the time. Like, it's just another 30 days or something. So we're all just sitting there. Of course, My partner's like, I don't understand. Just pull the money out. It's like, yo, it's in a bond. It needs to mature. Just let it mature. We get the principal back, all the principal. We get the interest rates. The last interest payment, we're good. Just let it happen. Then it happened, and everybody was satisfied. Like, oh, okay. Chan actually does know what he's talking about. It's like, yeah, been getting bonds, and I'm not the bond trader, but I can definitely buy a bond and hold it to maturity. I mean, that's easy. That's nothing. But all those years, you know what I'm saying, moving to a different state to pay less in bills, so that we could save more money. Various different things, all the sacrifices that went in. It's not just, just woke up one day, got a job with my company, and then, we're going to buy a house. No offense. That's not Chan at all. I've never been. If I go on a vacation, it's been planned for months. There's nothing. If I want to get a parachute, the only thing that I will buy spontaneously is maybe if I get a bottle of alcohol or something. I go to the store, you know what I'm saying? Got company coming over, go to the store, probably plan on getting a random bottle. And the next thing you know, people are like, hey, we want to let you know there's this new Kevin Hart or LeBron James tequila or whatever, George Clooney. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know, another celebrity with a tequila. All right, sure. I'll try it. Sure. You know, that's probably one of the most sporadic, kind of expensive purchases that I may do on a more sporadic pace. You know, other than that, you know, if I want to get a new TV, it's planned out, and that may not be the way to live, but that's just kind of how I go about kind of my purchases. So lately, I haven't really been vacationing or anything, and I could get better of just getting that account up and just putting a couple dollars in there. It's more so there's so much going on that I guess I'm just kind of not in the headspace, and I'm not also in the place where I have income where I can just kind of, well, I don't know. I don't want to make excuses, but I got to get the vacation account up and just put $20 in there, $50 in there at a time, so that I can take the little ones out just by ourselves. I don't know how single parents do it, because honestly, there's kind of one thing that's kind of freaky to me now is I'm going to be with two little ones traveling by myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to have, my partner, and like, so it's just a little different for me. But I know it can be done. People do it all the time. I've taken my children on a couple of, probably one little vacation by ourselves, just me. But normally it's a team. It's a little crew of people, so it's going to be strange just us doing our own thing. But I know I kind of got off topic, which I usually do. Get on the Langston-Mangston's Kool-lemade Stand Adventure. It's been a process in the making. My pop basically was like, let me get these pages. So he took the long yellow pages that I was writing it on. He took it, and I didn't hear anything probably for a month, 2 months, could have been 3 months. Didn't hear anything. And then next thing you know, I get a phone call from my pop basically telling me, hey, I want to let you know we're in the process of moving forward with the book. That process took probably a year and a half. So some people would say, oh, he only worked on the book for a year and a half, and he got it done. And a lot of times I really think that sometimes I can make things look easy. And I'm not trying to like brag or anything, but I think sometimes I can make things look easy. Like, oh yeah, he just started this book a year ago, and now it's a reality. Nah, dog. It took 4 or 5 years of working for a company, getting chewed out, sitting in there at my desk, knowing that I want to write this book, knowing that it'd probably be in my best interest to, and no, I was not working on the book on work hours. No, I was not doing that at all. It was more so in the back of my head. You know what I'm saying? It was in the back of my head. Like, Chan, it was like I know it. It was the Holy Spirit screaming at me, Chan, you want to write your book. You know you want to. You got to man up, and you got to get out of here and go write that book and start doing the trading that you want to trade. I told you before, I feel like God told me, you got to get back to your childhood. I mean, your childhood way of thinking. Your grown man way of thinking is holding you back. And it really wasn't my grown man way of thinking. It was like more so, I think, fear of losing my spouse and losing my house and losing my car. Everything I'm going through right now. It was kind of that fear, you know? So, when I got terminated, and my pop took it, a year later, things are just trucking along and we're moving forward. And I really do kind of sense feel like I was stripped so that I could see anybody and everybody around me who may not been in my corner, just so that we haven't got to the bag yet, but we're on that S curve. We're on a different spot of the S curve. And the thing is, once you get out of that little dip at the bottom, it gets steeper and harder and then harder. And then you come out and you just kind of cool out. You know, it's kind of like a workout in the gym where you get that, you know, the warm up, then you got that intense part, and then you got your cool down period. That's a sense of what the S curve is in business. So right now we got through a good chunk. That we got essentially that first part is the hardest part because you got to get up and get started, but also the easiest part because once you get trucking, you know what I'm saying, you're like, ooh, okay, I'm in pace, I'm in stride. All right, cool. And then it gets hard, okay? And you just, you know, got to keep looking forward and keep moving forward. And that's what I got to do is get focused, get my rest, try to keep my head clear. That's got to stay straight on that and just stay focused and move forward. So yeah, I want to thank my best friend for immediately buying the first copy. No hesitation. Wasn't like, oh, how cute, and played me. No. First copy came in, was like, hey, how can I support? I said, hey, all right. If you want to support, this is kind of, the pricing hasn't been completed yet, but if you could, I mean, you could, you know, help me with this copy. And yeah, so just moving forward, it's beautiful. You know, just trying to get through this rainstorm, trying to survive on the other side. During COVID, that was kind of my mentality as well, was we got to just get to the other side. I mean, people were dying left and right during COVID. I'm not bragging about it either. Even after COVID, even my friend I was just hanging out with, they lost multiple individuals. Not to COVID, but around the same time of COVID, and it's been really rough on them. I think, no offense, yeah. Oh my gosh, the bodies. Oh my gosh, it's just been really tough. But that's what my mentality was, you know, I love socialization and everything. Um, Even though I'm an introvert, I can stay to myself, but I love socialization. But I was like, hey, you know, it may not be the best time to socialize. And then if we do socialize, maybe we should keep it down to a certain group of people and make sure we crack the windows, you know? So some people are like, hey, I didn't know you're having a gathering today. It's because I didn't want to tell anybody, not to be rude, but this thing called COVID's going around and it's killing people. And I don't want to have a gathering and people get mad at me because I want to invite everybody over. So I did keep it down to a small group of people, you know, 10 people, you know, and I'll do it and tell a bunch of people. But yeah, there's been a lot of work in the making. So the past year, yeah, finally got it. Past year and a half, finally got it from being on some notebook paper to actually having a copy of the book. And yeah, it may seem like the book was just an idea a year ago. It wasn't. It was something that was being worked on for 4 to 5, 6 years. And it's not even a hard book. It's like a 20-page book. I don't want to say too much because just in case there's any more final edits. But it was, anytime I would go into a review with my manager and they were just dickheads, it'd be screaming in the back of my head, this is why you need to go out on your own and you need to write that book and you need to do your trading on your own. This is why. Look how passionate you are about this industry and look how desperate they are. Look how just to get a attaboy, that's what they would call it, man. That's some strange shit. You know, just they, you know, get attaboys from their leadership, or just to get recognition from the leader. Look how desperate they are. How does this person even? How can you even talk to your spouse? I'm sorry to say, as a leader, and you're sitting there wanting to get recognition from your leadership, which recognition is awesome. That's why I'm so proud of Jimmy Johnson, because he finally got the recognition he needed, which is awesome. But as you see, he did it. He did it in a different way. You know what I'm saying? He stood 10 toes. He stood tall. He didn't sit there and was, I don't even know how to say it. I know how to say it, but I'm trying to chill out right now. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a really special moment for me, and I need to taint it with a bunch of, obscenities. But yeah, this was, 4 or 5 years. I would have loved to write the book with my former, I would have did that as well. I would have presented the idea to my company, if there was any way we could have collaborated to get the book out together, I would have did that. That's how dumb I can be sometimes. These people terminated me, and they knew I just bought a house. They knew I just had a child. Still terminated my ass because of my performance. And they knew how hard I was trying. They had me on probation for multiple years. And I stayed. And it would just be screaming, Chan, you want to get to your day trading. You want to sit there and study the market. And you want to get to learn different instruments like Forex and stuff. That you want to write that children's book. You want to start your own business where you do financial coaching and all this stuff. You want to do these things. So why do you sit here and allow this person across this desk to demean you and break you down and make you feel less? One, I got to say, less as a man, one, and less as a person. This person across from you is treating you like the old 1-drop rule, treating you as a 3-4. You could tell the way they talk to you, the way they treat you. And I'm just so excited. In the last 7 months, I've been able to learn so much, think so much, and get so much accomplished that I didn't get done in about 10 years, because I was trying to just play the role of going to work, doing the commute, dropping the kids off, having dinner, such and such, doing these things. You know what I'm saying? And it's just so beautiful. And we're not done yet. Because now the marketing campaign begins. The promoting begins for Langston-Mangston's Kool-lemade stand. Got to work on this conversation I'm having with y'all. Got to get this up and pumping. And got to do more research and more studying on the U.S. equities, Forex, and whatever other instruments that I want to pick up. And at the same time, got to work on getting more rest, more exercise, blah, 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 other sacrifices that need to be made. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. I want to say thank you so much to everybody who's been so supportive of House of B.A.R.F. So many individuals, not so many, I'll say we're up to probably about 30 individuals. Average, I would say about 20. We're up to about 30 individuals who listen to the episodes, the conversations that come out. Every conversation that comes out has approximately 2 spins, like right away. And I know that's nothing. You know what I'm saying? But for me to have just started this and doing it on my phone, in my house, and just putting it out there in the world, every episode gets about 2 spins. Every time I put an episode out, there's approximately about 30 audience members who listen to, my episodes regularly. And I want to say thank you so much. I really appreciate that so much. I guess I'll just say, feel free to support House of B.A.R.F. It'd be if I could. That's probably something I'll work on in 2024, is to actually get some audience members support, because that would be wonderful, so we can take things to the next level. If you can, also purchase a copy of Langston-Mangston's Kool-lemade Stand Adventure. That'd be awesome. Purchase as many copies as you can. 10,000, 20,000, 10 million. I don't care. If you can, support. I'm going to be stopping by hospitals, schools, churches, see if they can get copies. Be making deals with bookstores. We're going to be figuring things out. We've got a few more days to figure out the logistics of everything, but it's exciting. This is a great way to go into January 1st, 2024. This is a great way to start the year off. This is, for me, this is so exciting. So exciting. I'm so happy. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a wonderful New Year's. Happy New Year's. God bless. This is Chairman, House of Barf. Blah. I am thrilled to introduce you to an exciting new storybook journey that I believe will capture your imagination. Allow me to present Langston-Mangston's Kool-lemade Stand Adventure, a compelling short story that promises to transport you to a world of interest, excitement, and learning. The title of the book is Langston-Mangston's Kool-lemade Stand Adventure by Chandler Hayes. In a world of colorful imagination and captivating stories, a new children's book has emerged to empower our young minds with crucial life lessons, life skills, and financial literacy. Langston-Mangston's Kool-lemade Stand Adventure is a cheering short story written by a talented Black author who understands the importance of equipping our youth in the early stages of life with the tools they need to navigate the realm of money, savings, and smart choices. Meet Langston-Mangston and his imaginary best friend, Zonky, a pink elephant, two curious souls who embark on an adventure around the vibrant landscape of Wichita, Kansas, where Langston-Mangston sets out to accomplish multiple goals and is met with obstacles that he must overcome. Langston-Mangston and Zonky discover valuable lessons of talking about finances in the home in order to gain knowledge. Langston-Mangston, with a little bit of confidence, the guidance of supportive parents, the help of community members like Mr. Tiller, and his imaginary best friend Zonky, Langston-Mangston learns about the value of money and how to save, the importance of making thoughtful spending decisions, the significance of thinking outside the box when met with challenges with money, and the joys of sharing with others. Through relatable experiences and engaging storytelling, young readers are introduced to the fundamental concepts of money, such as earning, saving, and spending responsibly. Langston-Mangston set savings goals, teaching children the importance of planning for future needs and dreams. The book celebrates diversity and the different perspectives on money, shedding light on its role in different people's lives. The characters' interactions emphasize the joys of serving others, the gift of sharing, and making a positive impact in their community. The pages of Langston-Mangston's Kool-lemade Stand Adventure come to life with vibrant illustrations. The colorful and imaginative visuals not only captivate young readers, but also enhance their understanding of complex financial concepts. Langston-Mangston's Kool-lemade Stand Adventure is coming soon to bookstores and online realtors. It is a must-have addition to any child's library, fostering essential life skills while sparking the joy of reading. Empower the young minds in your life with the gift of financial literacy and imagination. Join Langston-Mangston, Zonky, family, and friends on their extraordinary journey of running a drink stand to set them on the path of a brighter future. Your opinion means a great deal to me. I would be honored if you would consider exploring Langston-Mangston's Kool-lemade Stand Adventure and sharing your thoughts. Your feedback could play an invaluable role in shaping the future of this project. If you have any questions, comments, or would like to discuss the book further, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Your support in spreading the word about Langston-Mangston's Kool-lemade Stand Adventure would mean the world to me, and I deeply appreciate your consideration. I am a passionate advocate for financial literacy. Me, Chandler Hayes, and am excited to join the community of storytellers. With a background in finances, I am driven to inspire children to embark on their own adventures of learning and discovery through the power of literature. Langston-Mangston's Kool-lemade Stand Adventure is a heartfelt endeavor to promote financial literacy in a fun and accessible way. As a Black author, I'm committed to providing children of all backgrounds with the tools for success, and I am proud to contribute to a more financially informed generation. Thank you for taking the time to explore this advertisement, and I look forward to the possibility of sharing this extraordinary literature adventure with you. please feel free to contact me. You can reach me at the email c287gph@gmail.com. All right. Thank you. Warmest regards. Have a great day. God bless.